Hey guys, so it is, I don't know, maybe 1:30 in the morning. I'm not sure, but I can't rest, and this thought has been running across my mind all day, and it is having to do with all this sex trafficking. Very powerful and rich people involved in the degradation, the murder, the raping of kidnapped kids, of kids raised just for their uses to be discarded like nothing. I am disheartened by the fact that the church as a whole has remained silent on this very real, very evil thing. I'm disheartened by the fact that us regular people are not rioting in the streets to save these kids, to demand justice for them, to demand that those held accountable be brought to justice. Right now, this is the epidemic. This is the pandemic of our generation. And, I had a revelation. God says, judgment begins in the house of the Lord. I realized that the church has basically been a toothless dragon, or toothless, literally, simply because they themselves have been hiding the sins of their leaders. And so, how can the devil cast out the devil? Right? A house divided will stand. And so the church have no power to speak out, to put a voice to it, because for so long we have hidden the sins of our leaders. We've hidden the darkness in our leaders' hearts. They get up on Sunday and they preach a good word, and everybody forgets or brush under the carpet all the ugly that they do when they're not on that pulpit. The reason the church, can't speak into that is because for so long we've hidden it. We've tried to run away from it. We've tried to ignore it. It is time. It is past time for those who were taken advantage of, for those who were abused, for those who were molested, for those who were in the worst way violated, to speak up. Now is the time. And I'm not speaking about something I have not experienced. I have. And I've lived with the ramifications of those things. They don't have the power to hurt me anymore. But they do have the power to release everyone else who is under that cloak of shame, of unworthiness, of no one would believe me. Why would they believe me? We who have experienced it and survived it believe you. So speak up. It is time for us to hold our leaders accountable, not just in the secular world, but in the church as well. It's past time to call these things out, because the cycle just keeps on going, and it's just breeding more hate and more hurt and more brokenness, and we cannot shed any light, not even the light of Jesus, in this thing, because we have been complicit in our silence. In our silence, when we believe that no one would hear us, no one would believe us. I know that I am opening a can of worms. When I tell you I know that I don't care anymore. And it's not a vengeful thing, but it's a thing where if we do not deal with our own house, it will crumble and fall apart. So, church, believers, it is time for you to actually stand on the foundation of the word that God gave you. That there's nothing wrong with having righteous indignation towards those who have violated the weaker members of our society, who continue to violate them. The silence is deafening. Forget Hollywood. They're a pit into themselves. Forget the politicians. We, the people, we, the survivors, need to speak up and say that this happened to me. And because it happened to me, I know the damage it causes. And I'm not willing to silently allow it to continue to happen to anyone else. So yeah, Facebook wants to remove the hashtag Save the Children. They'd prefer to hide these ugly people. They'd prefer to push pedophilia being normal. It is ugly. It is sinful. It is dirty. That little person cannot choose. Do not know what they're choosing. They lie, the lie that they're trying to push, that this is a sexual orientation. No, it's sexual perversion of the worst sort and the worst order. You know, in the Caribbean we have a saying that a fish doesn't rot from the tail up, it rots from the head down. And right now there is a big stinking rotten fish people, survivors. To do nothing is to say you're okay with it, and I for one am not okay with it. So yeah, hashtag save the children, hashtag our voices matter, hashtag believe I don't care or I don't care. It's the truth. This is an ugly, ugly, ugly canker sore in society, and it must be dealt with from the head go down.